What's up, guys? Welcome to this episode of NDC TV. Today we are going to meet my new boss, Reynir Jóhannesson, who took the role as the CEO of Norwegian Data Center Industry back in August. So we are going to unpack what we have achieved so far in 2025. More importantly and more interesting, we are going to unpack what's going to happen in 2026. We're also going to talk about what motivates him to get to work every morning, even though he knows that he's probably going to see me. So before Reynir sits down in a chair to be interviewed by me, I really get to warm up. What's up, guys, and a very warm welcome to you all and to this episode of Norwegian Data Center TV. This time we are going to interview the new CEO of Norwegian Data Center Industry, and we're also going to take a closer look into the inner life of the association. What are we actually doing, and how are we doing things, and what are our priorities for 2026? So a very warm welcome to you, Reynir.
Thank you, Bjorn. I'm happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to giving some inside stories from the association.
Good to hear, Reynir. And before the 1st of August, the Norwegian Data Center Industry was basically a one-man show, one-trick pony. It was me, and I was going to carry all the roles that we need to do. But obviously, we need to have a certain split on the roles. And I heard some guys mentioning terming us, the two of us, the diplomat and the engineer. We might dive into that later, but how do you foresee how we would split the roles and taking care of the business from top to bottom?
This is a very young organization. I'm so happy to join. There's a lot of good work that has been done for the last couple of years from when you started this. And fortunately, now we're two, the engineer and the diplomat. But then also we have Ina with us. Because we're growing, we have a calendar for 2026 that is completely full. So I'm so happy that we have Ina on our team. So fortunately, we're now three. And we, as an association, of course, we're growing like the industry is growing in Norway.
Also have to say I'm really happy to have Ina on board because I'm stating the obvious, I'm not a part of the youth generation. so it's good to have her in, but she is also partly employed in Tech Norge and Tech Norway. So explain a little bit about the cooperation.
I think it's really interesting, and it's good to explain that. So we are cooperating closely with Tech Norway. They helped the Norwegian Data Center Association be established. They were there from the beginning. They are a much older tech organization, and we're co-located. We share offices. Ina, which is working with us, she also works with Tech Norway, and I think it's important because we are working on the infrastructure part, growing data center, helping a growing data center industry, and Tech Norway is also focusing on data centers, but maybe mostly the tech companies, the end user, the developers of AI and so on. And having these two organizations in the same house, it's quite powerful. And together we're much better than split apart.
Yeah, of course, and I think it's quite fascinating how you can combine the role of a plumber or an electrician with somebody working with AI problematics. Yeah. That's kind of fascinating.
But it's like, I remember earlier this year we were at this talent day here at the Aker's offices, and I told the students that, you know, behind like my inner motivation is that, you know, it's not about the plumbing or the tech or the electronics. It's about, you know, improving our lives. I want for myself and my kids to have better healthcare, you know, better analysis of to do quicker and better diagnostics, to get better medicine. So this is partially my private inner motivation. And I told the students that, you know, behind all this amazing technology, this research, it's a good plumbing system, it's a good cooling system, it's a good electrical grid. So like we can all help to improve.
Yeah, and I think that's a really important part of the name of the association, the Norwegian Data Center Industry. Yeah. This is actually the industry. We are working with tangible objects, with massive projects.
Yeah, because you hear about maybe some researcher said that I used AI to develop this new drug or this new vaccine or something. You solve the Alzheimer riddle. I don't know. Behind that is a lot of heavy lifting. It's a cooling system. It's to produce, the servers. It's to do all those things so the researchers and the doctors can do their job. But it doesn't just happen just suddenly out of nowhere.
No, it's not like it's in the air.
No, it's a lot of industries coming together, because what is actually the data center industry? Without the association, you wouldn't have in Norway these meeting grounds for them to meet. They're busy maybe in the construction industry, and they're in the advisory, consultant industry, legal, and they're busy in their different industries. But like when they come together, they form the Norwegian Data Center Industry, and that's the powerful thing.
I think we have talked a little bit about what is NDI today, and going back to the diplomat and the engineer, it's obviously that with your background as a politician, we have a much stronger connection to the authorities, to the political movements and parties, on the parties, and what's happening in the government. Personally, I'm so relieved that you can handle that, because as being an engineer, I'm not always having a filter.
I remember when I was talking for too long, and I was thinking and just saying what I was thinking, and you were like, I remember you needed to correct me. Maybe I went too far, but I think that's the nice thing about us too. And I remember when I was in the interview for this job, and I knew about you. I knew you from way back.
Yes.
I really felt when we had our first one-to-one meeting, and I felt like the chemistry here is good, and I think we work quite well together. And you said. When you corrected me, I said like, okay, so maybe I'm a little bit too much a diplomat now. I'm maybe too much a dreamer. And then you said, yeah, and I just have nightmares. As a typical engineer, just skeptical.
Oh no, don't dream about that. Oh, that's fantastic. And I think also we need to include Ina a little bit in these conversations, because she's really complementing both our personalities and our energies, and she's doing a tremendous job, Ina.
And we're growing.
And we're growing. Yeah.
That it's not always easy to grow. Every company or association understands like when you move from like first name basis with everyone, and you start like kind of lose a little bit of control. You need to introduce a little bit of bureaucracy or systems, or maybe a new way of working, because you can't handle the workload as the same. Like you can't handle the workload when you're working as the same as before. So you have to change a little bit. So that's why Ina is the glue towards all the information about the members, handling the communication with members, and following up and making a strategy to make sure that when a member comes in, they need to feel that they get value. And we're working hard every day, but it's not always that the members see it.
No,
and she really helps us to show the work that is being done.
Maybe we should have a little look at the calendar for 2026. So we have in the bylaws, we have said that as a member we are mandated to have at least 4 members meeting. But I think that we have some more to offer.
We're doing something every single month. There's some event, either like a partner of us is having an event, or we are having an event. The calendar is completely full, and there's so much to do, and so I don't think the members will miss a place to go to meet partners, to do some conversations with maybe some potential partners. And this is our role, to make sure that they can see each other.
115 members. We have something to stretch ourselves after. We need to make sure that all of these members, because they are so diverse, They are everything from a plumber company to a top-notch legal company. We won't drop any names, but that means that we need to find a common ground for some of these, and then we need to also to cater for some of the specific needs that you will have across all the sectors. We need to make something relevant for the lawyers. We need to make something relevant for the guys who delivers the backup systems, who are building the data centers and so forth.
I think you know, when a company wants to join or is thinking about joining, they're thinking, you know, what's in it for me? And I completely understand it's important. So for some of the members, it's going to the members meeting, going to the conferences, being a part of this, if you call it a community or an industry, and figuring out maybe who should I partner up with, how can I get the latest information. And I think that's part of the service, but I think other members, they're more concerned about the regulatory policy. They're afraid that the politicians will pull the plug, that they don't understand the value of this industry. There's some rumors that, you know, this industry doesn't create jobs, or it's just, you know, taking our energy and just spending it on something that doesn't create value. So I think some companies are just, you know, you need to help us with making sure that the politicians understand what we're doing, what we're creating.
Absolutely, and I think that we should also reach out now to the guys who are watching and still not a member or even a member, and what would they want us to do, because we are an association by and for the members. So we should really listen to them and see what's important for this sector. What do we need? Do you need to cater
And this
for?
is an industry that is growing, and the regulatory framework is developing.
Yes.
So we need to just you know we need to just make sure that we're on topic, that we understand what the members' needs are and what they're able to create, because it's always about what they can create. If they get the correct framework, if they have the correct, you know, if they get peace of mind and the tax regulation or whatever to just do their job, what they're good at, then we have succeeded.
I have had a lot of questions about creating a working group for a specific need, and so my standard answer to that is that we are very happy to facilitate that, but we are basically two guys and a girl, and it's a limit what we can do. But I think we can safely facilitate for such a working group, but then I think the members need to make it roll.
I think it's important. Forward. You know, it's important that for the companies that are maybe considering becoming a member, you don't have to be an active company, but we really need some active companies that we need to talk to the experts. Like, it's the members who are the experts. You know, when we go to politicians, sometimes we go alone, but very often I would like to bring a member, because they can give insights in how are the frameworks working for a supplier, how are they creating jobs, what do they need to build a stronger supplier industry in Norway, and so I really need them to join this work, and we will help facilitate that, as you said, and we need to have some working groups on grid issues, on power production, on connectivity. You know, how are we working with fiber internally in Norway, and just making sure that also make sure that we understand the needs for the future.
Yeah, I think you addressed some really important points now, and the name of the game is obviously for everyone. It's time to market. It's getting a grid connection fast. That's one of the. I would say that, Reynir, and I hope you agree with me, that's probably one of the highest priorities to work through in 2026.
Of course, and it's, you know, this is a really valuable industry that is contributing to the development. As I've said so many times before, of, you know, if it's new medicine or vaccines or cutting bureaucracy or making sure that we can spend our tax money better, and that's the final end that the people really notice. But there's a lot of hard work to do before we reach those this is value added to the citizens. There's a lot of hard work. There's zoning, there's development of data centers, there's a lot of servers that need to be,
maturity considerations.
A lot of grid that needs to be rolled out, and then finally in the future, I'm confident that the tech companies, either they're Norwegian, European, or from the US, they will develop products that we will cherish, and never want to remove. Because, for example, I would say that my goal should be that when I tell my children that, when I was young and we took a CAT scan or whatever, it took like 2 weeks to get an answer. And they should just laugh and like, that's crazy, Today we get it like this. And that's how the future should be.
Yeah.
But for that future to be created, we need computing power. We need servers, we need these buildings, we need the power, we need the fiber, and those debates are ongoing today because that's challenging for nature. That's challenging because people are afraid of noise pollution. They're afraid of a lot of things, and we need to solve each and one of these problems and make sure that we can, develop this industry.
And that being said, I feel that we still have our myths and misconceptions to deal with. And I think that we have talked about this internally very much in terms of doing research or questionnaires and polls in the population about how do you feel about data centers? Would you like a data center in your neighborhood? Yes or no?
Or yeah, we need to understand, do they understand why we build data centers? Because I sometimes read an article and that says the energy consumption of the data centers in Norway has doubled. And they say no. The correct way to say is that the consumption of digital products has doubled. So energy consumption in data centers is not a black hole. It's just us regular people, businesses, industry, using digital services. We're using our bank or whatever, Teams, and we're controlling the electrical grid. The finance system is being handled with algorithms and AI and so on. And that's the consumption in data centers. It's just the data center is just where internet and digital services live.
Yeah, and it's quite fascinating to see how misconceived this industry still becomes. So that means that we still have a lot of work to do in terms of bringing factual information to the table, talking to the authorities, and talking to at least to private companies as well.
I would say, okay, so there may be myths, but there's also just some real hard problems.
Yes.
Like just, okay, so we need there will be some nature that we need to affect. That's not a myth, it's just a problem.
Yeah.
And it's just a question, is it worth it? And also the sum of the conflicts, we take it really seriously, and they're not just all myths. Some of them are myths, like for example, data centers don't create jobs.
No.
It's just a lie. I wouldn't call it a myth. It's just a lie because
it's a flat-out lie.
It's just a flat-out lie because it's documented so very well. So it's just a lie, and the people that say it, they know it. So, and we just need to go and discuss these problems and ask the population and the people and say, here are the things that we want to create. We want to create companies that build data center for digital services and AI. Do you want those services or not? And I think most people say, and all the political parties, they say, we're very ambitious on digitalization. And where does this digitalization take place?
Yeah, exactly.
In data centers. So what you're actually saying, if you're pro-digitalization and you're against data centers, you're saying, okay, we want to digitalize Norway, and Norway should be the best digital country in the world. And then we just need to buy all the services from Sweden and Denmark and Germany and wherever. We have to be dependent on them. So we as an industry association and an industry, we want to build, digital sovereignty. We want to be in control of where this infrastructure is, and we shouldn't be dependent on shopping these services from all around the world and not be able to produce anything ourselves.
Now we're ending up as the consumer without having any of the benefits that the industry gives in terms of workplaces, value creation. And
think if we could go back 100 years and say to the people that they were developing this hydropower and say, do you know what we can do in 100 years?
Yeah.
We can change this, the electronics that you're producing, we can make it a superpower.
Yes.
They wouldn't imagine what we're doing now. Changing this power to artificial intelligence to create some insanely exciting products that are saving lives, making our lives better, easier, funnier.
Yes.
AI is also quite funny, entertaining. But it's I think they wouldn't believe what we're talking about.
No. It's really too much mind-boggling that you can do. I think that we have worked through most of 2026. Is there anything we should
we
add?
Have maybe, and we're not completely ready to tell everything about the Nordic Data Center Week.
No.
But we're planning something.
Oh.
We're planning something big.
Huge.
So I'm really looking forward to tell you, all about the plans for 2026. We will we're soon gonna publish the calendar, but it won't include everything. Really want to add value to the members. We want to create this platform for them to meet each other and also work in working groups, work on policy, because this is a completely new industry. It's not a new industry. It's new for the politicians.
It's new for Norway.
It's new for Norway. It's new for politicians because they have not earlier had to regulate this industry. So this is the new era for the data center industry, and we need to make sure that we are present, and that we're prepared, and that we discuss among the members, both operators, suppliers, advisors, everyone that wants to contribute to a growing industry. Because as long as this industry grows, there will be enough for everyone.
Absolutely, and I think personally I would like to reach out to all of you guys who are watching this episode and you're still not a member. Please get in touch with me or Reynir or Ina, and we're happy to expand even more on that one. Why you should probably become a member. I think that there are still huge gaps in the call it the value chain or in the supplier chain before we can say that we are truly representing the whole ecosystem for data centers in Norway, from plot developers to...
and the experts are in the member companies. And we need access to them to make sure that we understand the complete picture. I think also the government appreciates that we have an association. Absolutely. Because it's hard for them to maybe every single time there's a topic being debated, they can ask us and we can coordinate internally and ask, because we know where to find answers and quickly.
Reynir, when I was asked to start this, kick off this association in June 2021, basically the main purpose was to have a voice of the industry represented by 7 companies, namely the 5 data center operators and 2 utility companies. And since then, we have grown in every axis. And I would say, so my question to you, how would you define the role of the Norwegian Data Center Industry Association as of today?
It's more than just data center operators. The data center operators are really important, but there's so many sides of this industry. You have the suppliers, advisors, others. Some of these operators and suppliers are very big companies. They're doing their own policy work, but not everyone has that opportunity. They don't have the resources or they don't know where to begin. And it's through us they can do it, together with those big companies, because we're not doing all the heavy lifting on this work. We're doing it together with our members. Some are more active, some are inactive, and that's okay. And because we need to help the government understand the complete picture, and gather all the special interests. There's a lot of special interests, and that's perfect. And the government needs to hear the special interests, because they're just speaking their mind on their everyday life, growing their business, trying to do the best as they can, the best they can do. And we try to help the government form policies for this industry.
Yeah, and I think I think we have been valuable. We have brought valuable input to the government, because they have now the third in a row of a national data center strategy. And basically, I mean, give or take, it's 2 thumbs up for our part.
Yeah, because it's not only like the left side or the right side of politics. It's across the political borders. They've all agreed that we need this industry. They just are debating how much of it, or how much nature could we use to build these facilities that need more land. And I completely understand those conflicts, and we need to discuss them.
And also, Reynir, I think that creating the meeting places for our members, I think that's a big part of our role.
Because for the last couple of months, I've heard a lot of companies say, okay, we want to be involved. I don't know where to begin. Like, who should I talk to? And I say, become a member, come to a members meeting, and it's easy from there. You will meet a lot of operators, other suppliers. You'll quickly build a network, and for a lot of members, that's really important.
Exactly. And now to the final, most tricky question, Reynir. So, what motivates you for this job? What makes you get up in the morning and know that you are most likely going to see me during the day, and still be motivated?
Of course, I'm looking forward to your first joke of the day, but for me, it's important to always remind myself that I've been working with infrastructure for a very long time. In politics, with telco infrastructure or energy infrastructure, now data center infrastructure. And I think what's in common is that when people ask me like, why do we need this road, or why do we need data centers, or why do we, for me, I don't know. Why do we need self-driving cars? I worked on a legislation for self-driving cars. Like, why do we need it? I don't know yet. I just know that government and industries that build infrastructure, we just create possibilities. We create possibilities for researchers, for engineers, for startups, for inventors. And I have no idea what they will use these data centers for in the future. But I'm like really excited that if we manage to build roads and airports and grids and power production and data centers, someone will eventually use those use the infrastructure as a platform to solve a mystery. If it's Alzheimer, or if it's something that creates a better public service, or I don't know. And that's so my motivation is just I believe that we're creating a platform for a better future.
That's a very good motivation to get up in the morning. And
then of course to see you anytime.
Of course.
So, and what about you, Bjorn?
Well, it's a very good question, Reynir. But I think that it has to do. I completely agree with your big picture view on this, but I want to bring it down to a more personal level as well, in terms of being in a tiny group with so much energy and so much good feedback, and seeing the growth from the members, and every single event we have booked has been overbooked. I mean, just to feel, having the pleasure of feeling the enthusiasm and the energy.
But do you think we can grow a bigger supplier industry in Norway?
Of course, absolutely. And I think that we have talked about this before, and using the oil industry as a role model, from having zero skills when we discovered oil in the North Sea to be a world-leading oil and gas service industry. I don't see any reason why the Norwegian supplier industry can't copy that and do the same, take the same role, and take the new leadership in parts of the sector.
And I would just add that I hope that we not just have infrastructure in Norway, but we also get tech companies, if it's in health tech or transportation or whatever industry. You know, I really hope that we are able to have some more research and development to build new companies.
Absolutely, and I think that we must do whatever we can to motivate for building this ecosystem around the data centers to foster all these innovations and new patents. As you know, Norway is on bottom in the among the Nordic countries on a number of patents per year filed. We need to grow. We need to grow in that area. We need to be more self-contained on this area as well.
And we are co-located with Tech Norway.
Yeah.
And they're working hard on that. So we're working on the infrastructure, and they're trying to help the industry grow on top of that infrastructure. And that's really exciting to see it happen when we have an overview in one office, when we see them working on AI initiatives, or if it's framework for consultants working on some digital products for private or public sector. So it's exciting to see everything like in the same room.
I think we reached the end of this episode and end of the conversation. So I would like you to wrap this up, your final thoughts about 2026.
Yeah, so 2026 is packed. There will be events either abroad or in Norway with events every single month. There will be plenty of options to meet other suppliers or operators or whatever. There is some really interesting discussions going on in the government, in the parliament, and we have some heavy lifting to do together with our regulators, both Nkom and Lillesand, and NVE and Statnett, with the grid questions, trying to make sure that this valuable industry is able to start investing. We need to take it out of the PowerPoint and start building. And this is a very valuable industry. Don't need 1 Norwegian kroner of subsidies. And we just need to start get building.
Yeah.
So Bjorn, for next year, what are your expectations?
So basically, I'm following you, what you said. I think you have wrapped it up so much. But what I really want to see is that instead of me sitting interviewing people, in the next episodes, we'll also see more of you. And my hope is that we will have the Ministry of Digitalization in your chair, and you can make an episode with her. Does that sound great?
If we could just keep it as a diplomatic conversation.
Yeah.
And then you'll take the engineering.
I think that's why I'm leaving that episode completely to you.